Kim McNeil. Thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. I'm a certified teacher based out of Calgary, Alberta, and the founder of Kim McNeil Yoga Inc. And I specialize working with people with arthritis, various forms of arthritis. And today we're going to go over a sequence that's good for the spine, for the back. So if you have a form of arthritis that has started to affect your back, it could be Ankylosing Spondylitis or OA or RA, this sequence is going to be perfect for you. Now, keep in mind that if you are suffering from ankylosing spondylitis, this is a good sequence if your spine is fused or not fused already. Okay, so either or works well. And basically the idea is that we want to make sure that the spine stays mobile, but also that we address the shoulders and the hips. Okay, so today we're going to do something for the shoulders themselves to keep you flexible there. So especially if your spine is fused, there is no going back, unfortunately, but we can help maintain the mobility in the other joints of the body. Now you need a strap, a yoga strap, for this sequence, or you can use a towel, or you can use a tie from a terry cloth robe. Anything else that will give you this sort of length that you need. I have a really long strap here. I believe it's a 9-footer. You don't need something that long, just enough that you can use it to reach in some stretching exercises or shoulder exercises in a little bit. Okay, so we'll leave that for now. The first thing that we'll do is Gomukhsan arms, or Garudasana arms, or eagle pose arms. This is going to be great for the shoulders, but especially the backs of the shoulders. And it's a simple hug, right? So you give yourself a hug, you reach as far back towards the shoulder blades as you can without straining, without changing the alignment of the shoulders and messing with the shoulder position. Okay, so no lifting of the shoulders. We keep nice neutral spine, especially for those of you who don't have fused vertebrae yet in your spine. So we reach back, let the shoulders release. If we have the flexibility to do so without straining, we lift the arms in Garudasana, and then we might even be able to bind the hands. Okay, but please don't force the position, right? I don't want you straining to try to grab your hands. It's not the point. The point is to get the backs of the shoulders to release a little bit without pain, without increasing your pain at least. And then we reach the other way, so crossing the arms the other way, reaching beside the shoulders towards the blades, and then we come up and maybe we bind. Okay? So that's Garudasana arms sequence. The second one is Gomukhsan arms, as I alluded to earlier. And this is going to stretch out the fronts of the shoulders and the chest. This is when we need the trusty strap. So I'm going to show just one side for the sake of time, but you'll take the strap on one shoulder and you'll reach that same arm up, and then you'll bend the elbow and you'll hold the strap comfortably at the base of the neck, okay, without forcing. Then if you're able to, you can reach up and press into the tricep to get a little bit more lift in the arm, just very, very gently. Or you can hold the elbow if you have flexibility to do so in the shoulders to reach. Okay? If none of those things work, then you simply hold. Even if your forearm is almost parallel to the floor, you can hold here. Then this arm comes out, rotate it into internal rotation, so forward, so the palm is back, and then we take the hand behind the back. And we hold the strap low on the back. Okay? Without arching the spine. If you still have mobility in your spine, then it can still be quite tempting to do that in order to get the hand and the arm behind the back. But you want to keep neutral spine, work at your own ability, and just move through the shoulders. Okay? And then depending on what is going on through the front of that shoulder and the chest of the arm, especially that's behind, you can judge how close together the hands should be along the strap. Okay, so if we go into it again, reaching behind, holding apart like this, using as much of the strap as you need, and we hold for a good 6 count hold, 6 breaths. And then to come out, we slowly and gently release. And we do the other side. Now, if you want to help this arm out, this lifted arm out, get it to externally rotate and to bring that palm forward and in, then you can help it out also with that arm. Just give yourself a little bit of help there, without forcing always. Press if you can, or hold if you can, without affecting the position of the spine, without pressing the head forward. Hold at the base of the neck, other arm reaches out, palm back, and we slip the hand behind, and we hold here. Okay? So those are 2 shoulder sequences that work really nicely for those of you with spinal or arthritis in the spine, and especially those of you who have fused vertebrae and ankylosing spondylitis. Now, if you don't have a fused spine and you still have that range of motion, then we want to maintain that. Okay. So you can use a strap as well in this one and do what I call a seated cat pose. Right. So some of you might be familiar with the version of where we kneel. I'll show that in another video, but for right now, we'll do the seated version. And I'll show it also with strap and no strap, okay? So you want to sit in a way where your legs are, your knees are at 90 degrees, your feet are flat, okay? So you might not be able to see my feet completely, but they need to be flat on the floor. If you're sitting up too high, your feet don't quite ground, then you would put blocks or even books under your feet to give you that height. Start at a neutral spine, use the strap, we hold it out, give a little bit of tension in that strap, shoulder width or a little bit wider, even wider still if you need to kind of take the edge off the shoulders. So you don't want pinching, you don't want pain in the shoulders. And then we take a deep breath in, and we exhale and we round the mid-back and the upper back, and we release the head down. And at the same time, we're gently pressing away through the strap. And then we inhale and come back up to neutral. Exhale, round, drop the head, press away. And inhale, come back. One more time. Exhale. And inhale to come back up. If you didn't have a strap, you could place your hands on your thighs and do the same thing. Sit tall, inhale, and exhale, round. So really feel the mid-back pressing back gently, releasing the head, and then inhale, come back up to neutral. Exhale, round. Inhale, back to neutral. So that'll keep mobility in the spine without having to do a lot of fancy back bends or forward bends, things that might just put too much strain on the back itself and on the discs. Now the final sequence, or the final thing we'll do with the strap and without, is a release for the backs of the shoulders. So we hold the strap behind us, shoulder width or wider. So most of us, if we're tight through the shoulders, we'll go wider apart with the hands, right? And then we'll simply, keeping nice straight arms, we'll simply lift ever so gently. Again, so that these shoulders are rolling back, you're getting a nice stretch to the front of the chest, and you're lifting ever so gently. Okay? If you didn't have these arms here, you could go further still, but without affecting the spine. You don't want to arch into it, you don't want to do any of that sort of thing. Okay? So this is back to working on the shoulders, all right? The fronts of the shoulders. And then you release. Back down, right? So try that sequence. I know I said it's for the back, and it is in a lot of ways. But for those of you who have fused spines, then you want to keep your shoulders mobile, okay? So go through the sequence and let me know how it goes. And if you want to find out more information about how yoga can help you and your managing your arthritis symptoms, you can go to my website, kimmcneilyoga.ca, and sign up for my newsletter. Thanks, guys.